you were to do one meal, it's a lot, but people could finish it. You know,
but it's
like,
the consistency.
This is the thing. So most people be like, okay, I ate that. Now I'm not going to eat for maybe 5 or 6 hours. And it's like, okay, 2.5 hours later, I got to do that again.
I ate every 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
How many meals were you up to at the biggest?
Anywhere from 6 to 8.
Okay.
I mean, I actually did 10 with shakes included.
Wow.
But I had, like I mentioned, I tried to do 12 ounces of meat. I did like 2 cups of rice, 100 grams of carbs every meal. And then around the training, like I would drink sugar and stuff like a carb drink or whatever that would allow me to get more calories around the training. So like my ideal meal after training would be 300 carbs.
Okay.
So I would take it because you can digest carbohydrates a lot easier, right?
Big time.
Than proteins.
Yep.
And I would eat eggs. Like I'd have 2 whole eggs, but I'd have mostly egg whites. So I was eating 30 egg whites for breakfast a lot of times, and I was cracking those at the time.
Yeah, that's. I
mean, the plate was this, but it was the hardest thing I did. Like the training was easy for me.
I say the same thing. Yep.
Because sometimes, like we sit here and say, yeah, we eat every 2 hours, but we're not necessarily starving every 2 hours.
No.
And sometimes it took me sometimes an hour to eat my food.
Yes.
Like I would sit at the plate and just eat, let it digest a little bit, eat. Yep. And by the time I washed my dishes and I cooked my meals fresh, I don't know,
yep.
Obviously you have, your meals pre-cooked or whatever, a lot of them, but I'm sure you're still prepping the
At
other
times,
things around them.
before I worked with Trifecta, I pretty much cooked everything.
So I want to know your trifecta or like a trifecta order. Is it weekly?
Yeah. He gets like 4 boxes.
Damn, I get one.
One,
bro.
Really?
I get one too.
Yeah.
Really?
You get 4 boxes.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, it's like 20-something pounds of bison, like 10 pounds of cod or something.
I probably eat in a month, I would say like 100 pounds of bison.
I can't imagine how much some of his bills
that was
that
was one of the things I was going to say. Before you had Trifecta, how much money did you spend per week on average?
See, I
never tracked it, so we make this up, but I spent $100,000 a year on food.
You think
between eating out and cooking and because we eat out, I eat out a lot.
Yes.
It's like I didn't want to
eating. If you eat out, the money goes up like crazy. Because I mean, just think like that night when
it was $120-something bucks for just 2 of us.
So if I go out like a normal meal, if I'm getting steak or something, I mean, it's even for me myself would be like close to $100.
Yeah,
just for my
because you can't just get
and
one
that's
steak,
not even going
to
like a say nicer place. But if you're going out like that, I mean, and then if you're doing that, eating out a lot, God,
if it's you and the wife and the boys, you're $250.
Yeah, easy. So I mean, from a if I'm cooking at home, but I would say probably like in a heavier eating time, $3 to $4 grand probably. Like, and that would be like, because what I used to do would get I would get like buy like either half of a cow or a whole cow, and I'd get it all. So I'd have it in the freezer. And that was a cheaper way to do it rather than trying to get it all the time. So I'd get like the best beef that I could get or whatever. And then I would have it all. A lot of times I would have them grind it up, like even some of the steaks, because I like to eat ground up meat.
You digest it better.
Yeah. It was just easier to cook and easier to digest. So they would think I was crazy because it was.
So I remember seeing videos a long time ago. You go to Costco and it's like $600
That I did do too. Once, because they had bison. Once I started wanting to eat bison more. They had the ground bison.
Why you choose bison?
I like it better.
Flavor?
I like it better.
It's healthier.
They say it's leaner. Yeah, they say it's leaner.
It's a little bit leaner, and I just I just started to gravitate toward it. Yeah. I liked it better. Not that I don't like steak, beef and or even ground beef. It's not like I dislike that. It's just kind of and I can.
It's got less cholesterol in it too.
Yeah. Normally with the way. Nathan Payton's the guy I work with for my diet, but normally I have a choice, so I can choose bison or I could choose beef or whatever. So I can rotate it up, or if I'm going to have salmon or I'm going to have certain things for certain meals. So it keeps it interesting that way. So I like to get protein not only from just bison, but like in a day we might have 3 or 4 different protein choices or things that I'll do.
So Trifecta saves you a lot of money.
Big time.
Did you hear what he said though? Yeah. He said, I would just buy a cow at a time.
But that's smart. But you probably did the same thing. Your family back home.
Listen.